everybody, Adam Savage here in the cave with an awesome show and tell. I recently got this letter in the tested mailbag. Dear Adam, my name is James Davidson and I am a funeral director in Beckley, West Virginia. James, maybe you don't know, but my family hails from Charleston, West Virginia. In fact, my I can't remember if it's 2 or 3 greats. Uncle Jesse and my great-great-grandfather, Al, apparently used to make furnaces in a town in West Virginia that used to be called Savage Town, that now is called Strange Creek. I have no idea if there's some editorializing going on. But James Davidson is a funeral director in Beckley, West Virginia, and he's a huge fan. He says, I know from your videos on Tested that you like collecting all types of strange, unusual, and unique objects. I thought you would like to see some of the tools of my trade. Oh, James, I feel seen. Enclosed is a copy of the textbook for embalming. Embalming, dude, this is by far the most amazing, wow, addition to my maker's there's some stuff in here. This is fabulous. James, you are totally right. I love weird, esoteric, strange fields that involve making, and embalming and funeral direction is, oh my goodness, one of them. This is fascinating. Oh my God, I hope a child never opens this book. I think I should write on it, children should not open this book. Oh my goodness, how to create lips, Jeezum Crow, about makeup for dead people. Wow. Okay, so James didn't just send the textbook. Enclosed is a copy of the textbook for embalming and an Embalmers Toolkit to add to your unique collection of things. Please know that all these tools are new and unused, free of contamination. To be honest, James, that wasn't the first thought I had, which shows you just how strange I am. But thank you. I am glad. He says, I hope you like my gift. I do. And if possible, he hopes that I create a unique storage box for these tools. That is entirely feasible, James. Holy cow. Let's take a look at an Embalmer's Toolkit. I am so excited. I haven't opened this. I'm just, okay. Let's work through this from left to right. We've got some scissors. We've got some bigger scissors with a blunt edge, and this is for like taking off clothing and stuff like that. And EMT scissors like that. Long-jawed hemostat. We've got another type of hemostat, it seems, a locking hemostat, but it's got holes in the jaws here. Oh, there we go. Specifically for grabbing something. It's for grabbing something specific. Okay, so we've got that. We've got a needle. This is a sewing needle with, this is amazing. This is a sewing needle, right? Look at that little eye. This is for, dude, yeah, this clearly a sewing needle like none other in my collection. And another sewing needle. Now I do have a few like this, just simple curved sewing needles. Okay, so that's the first tool plate. Second tool plate, we've got a plastic scalpel. I don't need to open that to know that it's sharp. A piece of wood, which looks like a burnishing tool of some kind. All right. We've got wow, this is fascinating. So this is a Magna brand surgical tool of some kind. It's not sharp. It's got a kind of a blunt hook edge here. And it's got this big fat horn right there. That's, you know, the thing is when you encounter a tool and you don't know what it did, or it's hard to understand its functionality, it's great to think through the shape and sort of log it in your head. That's what I do with stuff that comes into the shop. I log it in my head because, frankly, There's a way in which this tool might save my ass one day. Yeah, I know, jokes about my actual ass and what that might be used for. Sure, if I'm embalmed, there's no dignity in being the embalmed. Of course not. No, you're just being prepped for the funeral. Here's another hook tool similar to this, except with a different kind of handle. Fascinating. This handle has a wave in it. I'm not sure if that's gription or if there's some specific type of knitting you do with the veins of a dead person. We have 2 pairs of tweezers. This is super long, clearly for pulling bullets out of bullet wounds. That's what I always see these used for in movies, and regular small tweezers. Got lots of pairs of those. Now we've got, oh, look at this, some scalpel blades. Nice. This is a scalpel handle, a metal scalpel handle. That's fabulous. Now this, look at that. That is an amazing pair of tweezers. Whew. A little closure on them. They live there. And then these, all right, so what we've got here, we've got 3 nozzles. And the nozzles have holes in their fronts that seem to allow for the pass-through of a thread or a string of some kind. It's hard to say. Yeah, not really sure. I guess I'll have to read the textbook for embalming to figure out what these are used for. James, all right, let's put this puppy back together. This is incredible. I am so chuffed by the generosity of this. It's just, I'm gobsmacked. Let's see here. We go like this. Small scissors, big scissors. Oh, yeah. Hemostat. When my kids were younger, my kids went to, so I guess this just kind of lives there, and this also kind of lives there. I think another tool was meant to go there, but this is where they put their, there we go, okay. When my kids were younger, they went to a daycare over here in Noe Valley called Littlest Angel, and at one point they called me from Littlest Angel and they said, you got to come get your kid and take him to the hospital because he got a bead stuck in his nose. And I said, yeah, I can take care of that. And they said, no, you can't, because the bead is stuck deep in his nose, and worse, the hole in the bead is lined up with his nose. So not only can you not get it out, because normally you just plug up one nostril and make him blow and the bead would come out, but because the hole was lined up with his nose, it was just whistling through when he tried to blow it out. And I said, yeah, I think I can take care of it. And they said, no, you got to take him to the hospital. And so I put him in the car and I took him home. And I brought out my flashlight and I looked in his little nose, and there I could see the bead with the hole lined up. And I went and got a long pair of hemostats that I have. Actually, I will show you something. That hemostat came from, hang on. That hemostat came from a specific sculpture of mine called The Evil Saxophone. It's deep in there, and I will do a show and tell about this, but notice all the hemostats on it. So I grabbed one of those hemostats off the sculpture. So I got the hemostat off the sculpture using the flashlight, stared up the nose of thing one, and put the hemostat in there, and he said, is this going to hurt? And I said, no. And he said, I'm afraid. And I said, it's already done. And I had the bead in the jaws of my thing. And he apparently went home to his mom's house that night. We were separated and sharing custody. He went home to his mom's house and he said, I got a bead stuck in my nose and Daddy took it out with a hemostat. It's one of my favorite Thing One stories. He has a few. James Davidson II, funeral director, I cannot thank you enough for this bountiful, generous gift you have bestowed upon me. I really appreciate it. I'm going to give this its first life here in the shop. I am going to give it a label. Let's see here. There we go. Yep. The whole key with storing stuff is making sure that you can find it later. And I do this in two ways. I label everything really, really clearly with this whiteout correction pen. This one's made by Kugel's, and it's fabulous. The other way I do it is I think to myself, where will I look for this tool later? Like, what if I had to find this tool right now? Where would I look? And then I store the tool there, if you'll excuse me. Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that's fabulous. The embalming tools have found a home in my cave. James, I can't thank you enough. What a lovely and generous thing you have sent. Have a wonderful day and stay safe out there. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.